All right, welcome you guys. It is our beauty live. Super excited that you're here. And we are microneedling stretch marks today. I do have a 20% TCA peel going on this week. That's why my face looks greasy and tight and there's like dark spots on it. I did this peel 2 days ago, so we're on day 2, and this is what day 2 of a TCA peel looks like. I am filming this for YouTube, so this full video will be coming out in November. Can you believe we're at the end of October already? I think it's crazy. What are you guys being for Halloween? I found this really cool skeleton dress, and of course, like, I bought it and then realized it was shipping from China. I should have known. But I've been watching its tracking, and I think it might arrive today, so I'm super excited about that. Although I really don't have anywhere to go for Halloween. It's literally going to just be me dressing up for the day. Maybe I'll go to Target or Costco in my Halloween outfit. We'll see. I feel like my boys don't want me going trick-or-treating with them this year. I feel like they are going to go with their friends, which is a new thing for me. And then there's also like a football game on Halloween night, so I feel like they want to go to that. And we don't get trick-or-treaters at my house, so I won't even be able to pass out candy. Literally, I don't know what I'm doing on Halloween. I don't have any Halloween plans. Maybe I'll just watch a spooky movie in my Halloween costume. I got this really cool light-up cape. I think I'll take a picture for Instagram. I can at least do that. So, as we get ready to microneedle our stretch marks, I'm just using my high frequency New Derma wand, or it's by New Derma, and this is a high frequency wand. I'm just stimulating my scalp. My hair is greasy because during peel weeks I have a lot of protectants on my face which make their way into my hair. So it's kind of like if you're gonna do a peel, like a TCA peel, it's kind of like you're also doing hair conditioning that week because your hair is going to get super greasy. At least if you're like me, it will. All right, so we've been stimulating my scalp for a hot minute. Feel like I got enough stimulation. I just do this all the time just to help the blood circulation go to my hair follicles so that as they're growing in my scalp, they are nourished and stronger so that when they come out of my scalp, they don't break as much. Oh, and tomorrow I'm getting my hair done. I don't typically get my hair done that often, but ever since going darker, you need touch-ups more often, and it's really caused me to realize how much gray I have, which has been like so crazy for me. So we're getting a hair touch-up tomorrow. I think I'll have him put a little bit more blonde in. I don't know how I feel about being this kind of dark. And also because I live on well water, I feel like my hair kind of gets stripped to like a reddish color. So we're gonna deal with that. We're gonna talk about that and see if we can do something to like help. Number one, mitigate how often I need to go in now that I have gray hairs everywhere, and the blonde definitely hit it. And number two, how to prevent the brown from pulling reddish. Although I know Edward likes the red. Hey Edward, how are you guys? Melissa, Tisha, so good to see you guys. Welcome. Okay, are you back in Colorado? I know last week you were going to San Diego. How was that with your family? Hopefully it was good. The other thing that I was going to point out to you, and it's not on TikTok, but this is my favorite LED mask. This is the Lumara Viso, and I will wear this. I'm not going to wear it right now. Like I would wash my face, take off all of the occlusive that I have on, and then wear it. And especially once the skin starts to break out, like break through and crack, I'll wear it to help protect and soothe that new skin that's emerging. But we do have a $50 promo code for this mask. I don't know if they're going to be running any special sales. They haven't told me. So I kind of am like, I don't know if like you should get it with the $50 coupon code or if there's going to be a better deal coming. I hope there's a better deal coming. I know that this mask is more expensive than other ones that you'll see that are similar, but you guys, I have all those other ones, and this is tremendously better. So it's a higher price point, but that's because you're getting so many more bulbs in this, and the bulbs are so much more intense. So, you know, you get what you pay for. Okay, let's see. Today I'm going to be microneedling with my Channel Pro pen. Yes, I pulled this bad boy out again. And I'm going to be using the Dermaheal HSR. So this is, you know what? It's just like a thin hyaluronic acid, which is a great slip for microneedling. And so we're going to be doing it on my hips where we treat stretch marks. And if you're new here, welcome. I do these every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, and I always microneedle, but I do different microneedling. So like today we're doing stretch marks on the body. Last week we did my scalp. The week before I think I did my face. I just alternate them so that you guys get a wide range of microneedling information. I also alternate a lot of times the serums I'm using and the pens I'm using, just so that you get a variety of information as well. So hopefully that's helpful. If you're on TikTok, they do not save the lives here. But because I live stream on YouTube, my live is always saved on YouTube. So you can always go to the Spa and Tell YouTube channel, watch the whole live, or if you want everything I'm using, the link is in that description. So we do a blog where we embed the live video from YouTube, and then it has all the products that I'm using, how to get them, any applicable promo codes, stuff like that. Okay. And the YouTube channel is linked in my profile here on TikTok. And it's also called Spa and Tell. So you could go search that if you wanted. Okay, I feel like my mouth is dry. Okay. Let's get going. I don't think today's going to take us very long because I can't really do anything to my face because, you know, we have this whole thing going on. So let's open up our cartridge. I always use sealed cartridges. And, oh, I said that I was using a 0.5, but I'm actually using a 1 millimeter today. Okay, 1 millimeter works great for the body, so we're using a 1 millimeter depth pen cartridge with the Channel Pro, if I can get this open. With the Channel Pro pen, they are fixed depths. I've explained this many times. So unlike the doctor pen that you can dial the depth for and decide on how deep you want to microneedle. So like if you watched last week's video, you know, I can adjust the depth with that. Well, actually last week was my hair. Sorry. I actually have a video coming out tomorrow on YouTube where I microneedle my face, and I cut that from a live so that it's shorter and more concise for you, and it's just the microneedling portion of the face. And so that's why I was thinking about that. And in that video, I call out depths of different areas where I'm microneedling. So hopefully for people who are always like, what depth should I be microneedling and where and why? Look, our faces are all different. We have different densities of tissue in different areas. So I'm just calling out what works for me. You should obviously, you know, be mindful of that and adjust accordingly. These never come off for me without like a scissor tool. I feel like the caps on these are very tight. Okay, so we put on our 82 pin cartridge. These needles are all 1 millimeter in depth, and this pen has 2 speeds. And if you want to see it, I can probably get you a better view of the needles. There they are. So that's what we're going to be stamping into my body stretch marks today. And I know some of you who are religious at joining these with me, you guys are like, yeah, we've seen this a million times. Yes, I'm a one-trick pony. We redo the stuff all the time because, you guys, I share stuff that works and not like just random stuff. It might seem like there's some random stuff, and I do incorporate new things all the time, but if you look at the core of what I share, it's always the same consistent concepts. Microneedling, using biostimulators to help induce collagen, showing up, doing the work. So anyways, welcome. I think I saw a question on TikTok. Let's see. How often should you microneedle? So again, I microneedle every Wednesday with you guys here live, but I'm alternating what I do. So for instance, if you look at you wouldn't look at it, but I create my own calendar of content of how I'm going to do stuff. And so typically I'm microneedling my scalp 2 times a month, microneedling my face 1 time a month. And I usually, depending on how many Wednesdays there is in a month, I'll microneedle stretch marks either once or twice a month. So I'm always trying to, sorry, I'm like choking on myself, alternate. Like I don't usually do back to back, but that doesn't mean you can't microneedle your face every week. You can. It just depends on how well your skin heals and how deep you go. If you do like a really deep medical microneedling where you're over 1.5 depth, then you wouldn't need to microneedle the next week. You would take a week off and then you could do that again. It just depends on what you're trying to treat. If you have like a lot of acne scars, then I can understand doing that depth of microneedling to help resurface them. Also, TCA, doing the Q-tip method with placing strong TCA in those deep box scars or ice pick scars, that can really help resurface. But again, it's, you guys, all of this stuff is like going to the gym. You can go to the gym one time, you're going to be sore. Is it going to make any difference in your body? Absolutely not. It is all about consistency and skin, and especially remodeling skin from acne scars or just like truing up skin from getting old. That is a consistent process. Like that's the one reason that I really believe in microneedling at home, because yes, you can go to the med spa, you can get a great microneedling session. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be therapeutic. You're going to be taken care of. All those good things. That's what you're paying for. But can you afford to pay for that consistently enough to get the real benefits? Most of us can't, and that's the reason we microneedle at home, because it's really about consistency. Okay, let's open up our Dermaheal product. Peel off its cap. I'm going to use this whole 5 ml vial, so I'm just going to remove its plug. I have a draw needle. I have my heater next to me because I will take off my hoodie and we will bare skin, but I have my heater next to me so I'm not super cold because it is freezing now. And I live in an old house, so it's like really cold no matter how much I spend on heat. All right. Oh, the other thing I was going to point out today before we do this. Okay. I know Melissa's like, aren't you going to show that? So I did get this new mirror from PMD. So, you know, PMD makes those like facial scrub brushes. Like they vibrate, they're like round. Some of them, depending on the model you get, will have stones on the backside for pushing in serum, stuff like that. Well, they came out with a mirror. Here she is. And is your base screwed on good? I don't think it's supposed to swivel. All right, so you can turn it on, and then it's got different light settings to it. Okay, wait, that was off. So turn it on. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. So, okay, yeah. So there's different modes of light that you could use. I'm just using it as just a mirror because obviously I have a lot of light in front of me, so I don't need the extra light. But you know what? Hold on, you want to do a fun test? I'm going to turn off all my lights and we'll test this and see what it looks like, all right? Just give me a second. We'll go dark and we'll see what kind of light it's giving off, because that's fun. Okay. Let's see. So I don't know if you can really tell. Okay, that's like the mildest form of light. Okay, then this is like the warm light. I feel like YouTube can't even tell. Here, I'm gonna flip it around. Okay, this is the brightest light. It's not really showing up for YouTube. So this is what it looks like on its lowest setting. All right, then this is what the warm light looks like. And then this is what the brightest light looks like. So there we are. All right. But I'm in the dark. You guys can't see me, so we're going to get the lights back on. Okay, we're well lit again. Oh, and this is it's not battery operated, but it has a cord that you would recharge it with. So you don't need to put batteries in it, but you do need to keep it charged. And it has a USB-C plug on the back of it there where you would charge it. Okay. The only issue for me using this mirror is that it's really high, so I feel like it gets in the way of the camera. But I'm gonna put it over here and kind of do that. Okay, we're good. All right, so we're gonna be microneedling my stretch marks. I try to share them with you guys. I realize that in the bright lights, they don't really show up that well. Obviously, I'm very fair, so I don't get dark stretch marks. I get, white, kind of like striated stretch marks. But, so, I don't know if you can really see. But anyways, there's one that I have here that I've been taking care of. And I know it kind of sits on my bone there, so it kind of goes into the shadow. But I think you can see that maybe. But anyways, we will be microneedling this, and then we will do the same thing on the other side. All right? So that is our plan. And now I'm just using this draw syringe to pull up the liquid. I'm not injecting because I don't want to get in trouble. But you could inject this if you wanted to. It's definitely a mesotherapy product. Why is this syringe so annoying? Hold on. Something is annoying about this syringe. And although I call this hyaluronic acid, which it is, this is non-cross-linked hyaluronic acid. So this is not filler. You can see the viscosity of it. If it was filler, it would not move like this. It would be a gel format, because what happens when they create filler with hyaluronic acid is they add more bonds into the molecular structure, and that gives it more body, or makes the viscosity thicker, which is why people get concerned about filler because of vascular occlusions, which are a real thing, and you should take note of that. But that's not what we're dealing with here. And also we're microneedling. So if you got out a box of cross-linked hyaluronic acid filler, you can microneedle with it. You're not going to give yourself a vascular occlusion because you're not injecting it, and you'd really just be wasting the filler. I mean, there's no reason to do it that way, but some people do. Okay. I took off the needle because something was wrong with it. And this is a 5 ml vial, so I'm going to suck up 1 ml to begin with. And it's not like the thinnest viscosity, like it is thicker. If you can see that, like it's definitely thicker, but it's not going to vascularly occlude. Okay. All right. So, what we were going to do. So I have the Prequel products lineup, which I think these are great. If you guys haven't tried Prequel, you really should try it. I love the bottles. Like, you're going to drop this. It's not going to shatter, but it's nice and hard. It feels good. It's big. For the price point, you get a lot of product. And I think that their formulas are really awesome. So I thought what we'd do is we would clean the area first with this glycolic toner. And it's kind of milky. So we'll just rub this in this whole area. And since we're at it, we'll do the other side too. So we'll just rub the whole area down that we're gonna microneedle. One of the things before microneedling that you can do is you can do like a 5% glycolic peel, just kind of etch the skin, get it super clean if you want. That's one of the protocols with the Channel Pro pen, in fact, is they sell a 5% glycolic that they recommend that you use before microneedling. So I just decided we'd use the Prequel glycolic toner today. It's super soothing. It's got malic acid in it, lactic. It's a 15% glycolic. It's got mandelic, but it's got squalene in it, so it's buffered. It's not it's not stinging or anything. When they do the mixes like that, it's not like you're getting the potency of the 15% glycolic. Okay, let's turn on our pen. So this pen has 2 settings. I'm going to the fastest setting. Again, we are at a 1 millimeter depth. You're not going to be able to really see because it moves too fast, but basically it's vibrating up and down. But it's really impossible to catch on screen. Okay. And with this, we're not dragging, we're stamping. So I'm just going to start opening up the skin before we apply the HSR. And I did not numb, although every time I do this, I think, why didn't I? And the thing that I love about this pen is the cartridge head and how fast of an area I can cover. And so like right up here is like the deep stretch mark. So I take some time and get that going. Okay, and now we'll apply some of our hyaluronic acid. And then we'll just go to town stamping. And if you're asking a question and I'm not catching it, I really do apologize. I'm going to look over at YouTube right now and see what's going on. Everyone's saying hi to each other. Yes, Edward got back to Colorado. Oh, okay. SB was able, I think that's SB. Ow. Was able to figure out something. Edward's like needles with the gross emoji. I know, Edward, I know. But Edward, you're doing your scalp, right? They do sell deeper cartridge heads. They have a 2 mil depth, or millimeter depth. I don't know what I would use that for. I mean, I would have to be really numb to be able to use the 2 millimeter. But definitely I think it would be appropriate for skin, like body skin microneedling. I probably would never use it on my face because this pen is already really aggressive. So on my face, I usually do the 0.5 millimeter depth or the 0.25 millimeter depth. I'm super sensitive right here for some reason. One thing you can do with this is you can kind of like take it in slowly and not like punch it super hard. That hit plus the prick is what's inducing collagen. And you can see that it starts to get red. That's what we want. And I will get little pinpoint bleeding. It won't really be that noticeable to you because it's in a thick skin and it's really probably not going to pick up on camera, but that will happen. And that's what we want. I do this also to help tighten the skin, right? So it's not just about resurfacing stretch marks. It's also about helping with the elasticity of the skin. I'm going to apply the rest of the 1 mil that I drew up of the gel. Whenever I do this for you guys, I always give myself like a backache. Or like really it's kind of more of like a neck ache because of the turn. But it's a good thing I go to yoga. Keep my mobility because otherwise it would be kind of tough. it is really like a, if you cook or you've ever tenderized meat, this is definitely like a meat tenderizer, right? Like, it looks like one. The only difference is that a meat tenderizer isn't electric and doesn't have like fine needles, but it's like a steel device that you use to tenderize meat. I don't really know if anybody does that anymore. Does anybody actually tenderize meat anymore? I don't know. Going into that deeper stretch mark again. Okay, so you can see the redness that we've created, the impact, hopefully. It's probably noticeable. Okay, we'll do the other side now. So you do get a lot of product. So like, for instance, if you had stretch marks coming up your abdomen, which I know some people do, especially after having babies, like you would have a lot of product to be able to microneedle throughout your whole abdomen as well. I think today what we're gonna do, just on the fly, is we'll do another 1 mil on this side, and then we'll use the rest of the 3 mils just to like coat my face and neck with it, just because it is really hydrating and my face feels so dry right now because of the TCA peel, and I don't want to put anything that would be irritating to my skin, but this won't be irritating, so I think it'll feel good. So we'll have 3 mils left in here to do like our face and our neck. Not that we're microneedling, we're just going to be applying it topically, because that would be crazy to do a TCA peel and then microneedle on top of it. I'm not that crazy. I would never do that. Don't do that. Okay. And let me know. Oh, okay, wait. Laura says, my friend has a lot of hypersensitivity at the end of her scars where she had a tummy tuck because of the drains were in there and messed with her nerve. I wonder if you're more sensitive there. So let's talk about that really quick. So if you guys don't know, but hopefully you do because I'm very transparent about it, I did have the tummy tuck. Oh, you guys, I also have an estrogen patch on. Has anybody done the estrogen patch? This is my first week with it. So you put this on, you change them twice a week. So I'm interested to see like how this works out. Stays really good. You're supposed to put it somewhere on your trunk. I just happened to put it there. I don't know if that's where I'll like keep it all the time. But anyways, let's see if I can show this to you without being totally inappropriate. Okay, so this is where my tummy tuck scar is. So it comes to here. You can see that. So it comes right out here. So it was a full tummy tuck. This would be considered a full tummy tuck, not a mini. A mini would be like from here to here. A full is from the side. So I had a full. And my scar isn't sensitive. Like, and I wasn't really, I guess, like, was I microneedling on it? I guess I was, kind of. Let's see, on this end, came here. Hold on, let's test that theory, Laura. Let's just stamp on it and see what it feels like. The problem with this for me is that right where it is, I'm like on bone, so it's like sensitive just because of the anatomy of my body, but the scar tissue itself doesn't feel hypersensitive. But what I will tell you about the tummy tuck and the nerve pain was that so when you're sliced across, you have femoral arteries that are running up and down your legs, and it's very normal for one of those nerves, femoral nerves, one of those nerves to be affected from the tummy tuck. Usually it's one side or the other, and it will be a very burning sensation for months. You guys, I thought that it would never end. It was so painful. It was on this side, and then when it finally stopped hurting, I started like working out more and squatting and things like that. And then what ended up happening is I got a groin tear right at that same area. And I think it's just because that area was weaker and more sensitive and compromised from the nerve damage that had happened. And so then that's when I injected TB500 just straight into my groin. Like I would just inject the TB500 straight in for like 2 weeks and it totally fixed it. The nerve pain for me did go away, and majority of it, like everything I've read online and talked to Dr. Green about it, he says that it does go away. So I'm not sure what type of nerve pain she's suffering from, if it really is just the tails of her tummy tuck scar still being sensitive. Because, you know, like in February, it'll be 3 years since I had it done. So I'm over 2 years out. I'm like over 2.5 years out. And it feels completely normal. I still sometimes at night will itch. Like it'll just be this like really weird itching sensation. And, you know, I do have some loss of sensation in this area. But originally it felt so foreign. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to feel my stomach again. This is really weird. You get to like a new normal of what that is over time. But yeah, so let's see. Yeah, I did do the V-beam on my scar. I know I have a really good outcome from it. You can't see it, it's not red. That has a lot to do with just my own genetic makeup. Not everyone is going to have a scar that heals this tight or this white. It is so much based on your own genetics, even more than like having a superb surgeon. The way you heal, the way your body inflames, the way that the longer that scar takes. So one of the reasons to do the V-beam as soon as possible after a tummy tuck scar, and I wish I would have done mine sooner, but it still turned out great, is because the longer that scar is puffed and red, the longer, so that means there's more inflammation there. And so you want that inflammation to go down as fast as possible so that that scar can get nice and tight and heal up. And the longer you have it basically swollen from inflammation and red, the wider it could last and become. And so one of the things that's great about the V-beam is that it targets hemoglobin. And so it basically somehow gets rid of a lot of that vascularity that tends to happen when your body is wound healing. And so like when you're cut across your trunk, obviously there's going to be a lot of vessels that are built to wound heal that cross section. But once you're sealed up, if you can go in and blast it with the V-beam, and the V-beam can then decrease all those extra vessels, then your inflammation and the redness is going to go down faster. Your scar is going to be tighter, whiter. So I think the V-beam is a great thing to do to like have set up after a tummy tuck. Obviously you need to follow your doctor's instructions. My doctor didn't want me doing it till 6 months after the surgery. I think I could have done it 3 months out and it would have totally been fine. So for some reason, if I ever have another surgery like that or something, I think I'll definitely have the V-beam done 3 months after surgery, because it really does make a world of difference. Thanks, guys. Oh, Laura, I thought that could be, you know, Laura, it's really, what it is it's like just really on this bone where I feel the sensitivity is like the issue. Anyways, is anybody on hormone therapy right now? I started it up again. I went off the tea pellet. I did it all last year. This year I'm not doing it. Number one, it's expensive. Number two, I didn't feel like I really needed it, because really it's, the tea pellet is ideal for female like sex drive, and I don't need that right now. And so I went off of it, but I decided to go, instead of going to the guy that I had been going to, because I felt like he was expensive and you had to make appointments and all that good stuff, I decided to do an online telehealth hormone treatment you guys, I am so impressed. Like, literally, I signed up on a Sunday. I had my telecommunication appointment on a Monday. And Monday night, I had my patches and my new progesterone. It was like the easiest thing I ever did. And honestly, I don't know what happened, but they haven't even charged me. So I don't, I don't know what their business model is, but somehow I fell through the cracks on getting charged. But yeah, I have nothing but good things to say so far. I'm really hoping that it goes well. Thank you for whoever just sent me the heart hat. Those things are so fun. Let me see. Okay. Okay. California Dana says she's on HRT. She gets the pellets. Yeah. I mean, don't you think though, like, don't you think you should be in a relationship if you're doing the testosterone pellet? Because don't you feel like your sex drive is like out of control? Not to like TMI it, but we're all adults. Like, the testosterone pellet's amazing, but you need to be in a relationship. Otherwise, you're going to be just like ravenous. Dana says 100%. Yeah. Dana, when I was on it, I thought like, oh, this is what a 14-year-old boy feels like. And I like felt so bad. Like I could finally like relate to their like needs, right? Okay, nice. So Laura gave her friend one of her microneedling pens and she's working on the scar. Okay. So is her scar pretty wide and she wants to kind of just remodel it? See, I have never microneedled my scar. I was so happy with my scar that I like didn't want to touch it. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, are you going to microneedle your scar? And I thought, oh, maybe I will. But it healed up so well that I was like, nope, I'm not touching that thing. That thing's good to go. I could see maybe doing like a TCA application across it maybe. But I've never wanted to microneedle it. I just haven't felt like I needed to. Oh, more inflammation, the more hyper. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's the reason. Also, in my YouTube videos for the mommy makeover, I highly recommend going off carbs for at least 2 weeks before your surgery. If you could do a month, that would even be more ideal. But carbs cause inflammation. Okay, so if you can just go to a straight like carnivore meat diet before surgery, you're not going to swell or get as inflamed as you would if you were eating a standard American carb-rich diet. Like, when we're doing these things, like, you have a lot of responsibility for the outcome and preparing for it. And one of the best things you can do is to go off carbs before any surgery. I mean, the mommy makeover for sure, because you're doing so much abdominal work. And especially if you get any lipo in your legs, there's going to be a lot of inflammation from that. I mean, literally, I did not swell, you guys. And I owe that all to the idea that I went in healthy, I went in relatively low weight, and I went in on a meat diet. And that really proved to be effective at preventing a lot of swelling and inflammation, which then means your scars are going to be tremendously better. So if you're going to spend the money on the mommy makeover or whatever surgery you're doing, literally stop eating the carbs for at least 2 weeks. Clear them out of your system. It will be so worth it. For all of you who are joining me on TikTok and coming through, I am just microneedling my stretch marks that I have on my hips. We will apply the rest of that 1 ml. I'm getting pinpoint bleeding, all the stuff we want to see. I'm stabbing deep and hard into that major stretch mark I have. And meat tenderizing my hips. Totally a normal activity. And you can see the redness that's being created from it. Okay, feel like we did a nice pass everywhere. All that loose kind of back skin is getting good penetration, and it's gonna induce collagen and elastin to help trim it up and make it tighter and firmer. So again, it's not just about like, oh, can we make stretch marks look better? It's also about like the body skin, can we help firm it up? And one of the great things about this pen is how much area you can cover with this pen. And this pen is on sale at Beauty from Korea. And if you go to my YouTube channel, Spa and Tell, we have the blog linked there with all the description of everything that I'm using in this video and any applicable promo codes and where to source. Okay. I can only do that so long. It takes a lot out of my neck to be turned like that. Okay. We will put ourselves back together. Let's get our hoodie back on so we're not freezing. Thanks, guys. Oh, can't believe I'm already 40 minutes in. Thought it'd be much faster. All right, let's suck up the rest of this and let's just put it on our face as a topical. You can see really quick, I'll just show you my face with this TCA peel going on. You can see this is day 2, so we're tight. I decided instead of doing 30% this time that I would cut the acid down and do 20%. So I did film that for you, and that's coming in November. I always like to do things in a myriad of ways so that you guys see different results, different protocols, but also I want to do things so that you feel comfortable in doing things for yourself. For instance, if you are new to doing moderate to deep chemical peels at home and you see a TCA peel video that I put out and I share doing 30%, you should not just jump into doing 30%. And so this video that I have coming out is a 20% TCA peel, which should be very safe for you depending on your skin tone. If you have very dark skin tone, TCA probably is not the best idea for you. But if you are fair complected, you can do a TCA peel pretty much very safely at home, especially if you layer on lower percentages and you just build up the layers. And that's what I share in this coming video. I treated my eyelids too, so they're like all crusty. And you guys, for the app, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be in there doing my lips. I'll be filling them. You know, I don't do that very often. I do it like once a year. And I am doing research into how to basically numb up my lips. I was going to originally do the full infraorbital and mental nerve block, but actually I found, and it was in my filler video, or in my filler book too, on how to lidocaine the lips and basically do a ring block. So I think that's what we're gonna do. And so I'm kind of working on that content right now this week too, just to get prepared for in 2 weeks when I do it. because I'm going to be doing my lips differently than I've ever done them before, because I've been taking that Russian injection course technique. You guys, they are intense. They are not that the course is intense, but this video on how they do the Russian lip is pretty abusive. Like, I was like, dude, I don't know if I have the stamina for that. And so that's the reason we will be basically numbing my lips to death to make sure that I can get through it. Because otherwise, I think we would start it and I would be like, no, I'm not doing it anymore. Not doing it anymore. So, working on that stuff for you guys. Okay. Oh, Dana had filler put in 7 weeks ago. How is it doing? Anything? Are you still happy with it? Sometimes I feel like filler in the lips is kind of like getting a boob job. Like, you first get it done and you're like, oh my gosh, they're so great. And then as they settle in, you're like, oh, maybe I should have gone bigger. So sometimes, like with lip filler, I feel like it can be similar. Not that you should ever overdo lip filler, because nobody wants that look. It does not look normal and it looks bizarre. But, you know, a lot of us metabolize hyaluronic acid very fast. Oh, hey, Erin says, any promo codes to join the app? First timer. Love that you asked that question, Erin. Thank you so much. So just full transparency, the app is $15 a month. We do not do any promo codes on it because we keep it super cheap. It's month to month. You can come in, get everything you wanted. You know, you could just like consume the app for a month and leave and only pay $15. So we don't do a promo code. I keep it very, very inexpensive on purpose. And I will tell you guys this. So I signed up for this Russian injection course. You guys, it's pretty lame. Like, it was $300 for 2 months, and literally I'm getting like no information. Like, I got one lip filler video so far. That's like and I've been in there for over a month, and they're just doing like nonsense stuff. Like, oh, this is how to make, like, cause they're also like helping people build businesses who do aesthetic injections. Right. And so like so much of the information is like, oh, this is how you make a reel, and you should do a reel like this to get attention on Instagram. And it's like I signed up for an injection course. Like, I don't care about all this other stuff. I already know how to do that. So I get that some of that information is really helpful to people who are building an aesthetic business. I'm not hating on that concept, but what I will say is that there is not a lot of meat to this course for $300. And if you come into our app for $15 for 1 month, you're going to get everything, like how to do everything, videos, step-by-step, diagrams, lives, sourcing, it's all there. So it made me feel really good, because I was like, man, we offer so much in the app for pennies in comparison to these other like e-courses that I've seen. Like, it's crazy. So to answer your question, Erin, we don't do a promo code, but we don't need to do a promo code because it is already crazy affordable. So I hope you'll join us. Okay, let's see. What are we going to do next? Oh, you know what I was going to do? I was going to put this, I had some new products, and I was going to put these on my hips after microneedling. Okay, so let's go back there. Okay, so we're still a little sunburned. That's normal. It's going to last like that for a minute. This is the Prequel half and half. Rub that on. And then in case you're wondering, well, how do I find the app? So it's found on Apple and Android. It's called Natural Kaos. So you can just search it up and then download it and join us. And then I think on TikTok I have it linked, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I think the best course of action is to just go to whatever phone app store you utilize and just search Natural Kaos, which is spelled natural and then Kaos, and that will pop it up for you. Okay, so we just put that Prequel half and half. It's just like this really nice, you know what, I'm gonna just put it on my face too. It's this like milky, creamy lotion. I love that they call it half and half, because it really does like seem like that. Like, it seems like a cream that they watered down with 50% like water. And That feels really good too. Oh, thanks, SB. She says, Kim, you look fantastic. You're so sweet. Thank you. I hope we get a really good peel this week. I love it on day 3 and 4 when we start to shed. It's like my favorite thing. And I guess I timed it right because I'm doing it during Halloween week, so I'm going to look like a freak naturally. Okay. Then I also got, have you guys seen this company called Axis Y? It's not here on TikTok yet, but it's another Korean brand. It's pretty affordable on, sorry, I don't know why it's not, pretty affordable on Amazon. So I got this dark spot correcting glow cream, and I thought, even though my stretch marks aren't like dark, I just thought, you know what, this will be nice to just like layer on in here as well. Just like hydrate, glow it up, take down any darkness that could be there. We'll just rub that in as well. But anyways, going back to the lip filler video that I'm going to, it's a live. That's how we do it in the app. We do lives, and we usually have 3 lives a week. And I go live 2 times a month inside the app. And I am excited for this lip filler video. I like being able to have something that really makes me focus and really get prepared, and then be able to disseminate that information in a clear, concise way for you guys. So yes, the Russian technique for the lips is going to be intense. I'm going to do a really good job of mapping it out, trying to explain, because the video, you guys, like, I'm not allowed to save the video. I can't download it. I can't screenshot it. I was literally using a separate phone to take pictures of it because I'm like, how am I supposed to like reference this information? So the whole thing that they're doing, I kind of like want to give like, and this is the reason I didn't like send you guys all there, because I know a lot of you were like, oh, I want to take that same injection course. And I'm like, well, let me take it first. Let me spend the money and figure out if it's even worth it. And you guys, like, honestly, I'm like, so far, no good. Like, don't spend your money there. You're going to be disappointed. And I would hate to be the person who said, oh yeah, go spend your money there, because I don't think that it's worth it at all. So if I'm able to get you guys information on how to do the Russian lip technique from this injection course, and hopefully we get to cheek filler, I mean, they just really belabor this program, then I will definitely be sharing that in the app. But did you guys see Caitlin Ross inside the app? She did her cheeks for the first time. She made a video about it. She did such a great job. I was so impressed. Like, it was awesome. Okay, this is the D'Alba First Essence spray. I'm just gonna spritz this on my face. You guys, if you haven't tried the D'Alba products, specifically this face mist, add it to your Christmas list. Give it as a gift. This is something that everyone who gets it is gonna love. Like, it's not expensive. It's definitely one of those things where you're just like, oh, I'm so glad I have that. And a lot of people have been using it to set their makeup as well. Like, I think Toddy used it to set her makeup, and you know, Toddy's like the queen of makeup. So if she's gonna use it to set her makeup, then I mean, I guess I could use it to set my makeup as well. Yeah, you loved Caitlin's video, Melissa. Me too. And also her husband, she like put it all together for me because I was like super confused as usual, because she reached out to me on Instagram and said that she's like, do you still do carnivore? My husband works for this company and they do like carnivore meat sticks and all of these like carnivore products. And I was like, oh, well, we love carnivore products. Please send them. And then I realized it was the same person. Caitlin on Instagram was the same person in the app who had done the cheek filler video. And I was just like, this is amazing. So I'm getting some new meat sticks from her, which I will be excited to eat. Okay, this is also from that Axis Y company. It's called the Vita Glow Lip Oil. And my lips are really dry, especially when you do a TCA peel. Your lips can kind of get dry from it because the acid can kind of get on them as well. Or if you peel your lips, then, you know, they get dry. I have naturally dry lips to begin with because it doesn't seem to matter how much water I drink. I'm just dehydrated. I live in a dry climate in Northern California, so it's not my fault. It's the climate I live in. Because when I'm in Hawaii, when I live in Hawaii or when I'm there visiting, like, I don't feel dry the way I do here. I'm not really going to be going outside, but this is SPF that I've been reaching for a lot lately. It's the Dermalogica SPF 50. So I'm going to coat this on my face just to give myself some protection. And we will be good with today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Does anybody have any questions for me before I wrap up? Heads up, tomorrow I'll have a YouTube video release on the Spa and Tell YouTube channel. It will be how to microneedle your face with Hyaluron. Hyaluron is like a really great standard product for microneedling with. And I use the Dr. Pen M8S, another standard pen, very readily available. I call out the depths that I'm microneedling at, and hopefully that's just like a really solid video of inspiration for you on how to microneedle at home with Hyaluron using that pen. So that'll be on the channel tomorrow, and hopefully you guys can join the premiere. That'll happen at 10 a.m. Pacific. Okay, wait. Daydreamer says, I'm just about to do my own talks today. Cora Talks. Wish me luck. Good luck, girl. I've never used Cora Talks. Will you please share in the app like what, like your before and afters and what you think about the Cora Talks? Because I've never used that one. That is exciting, and best of luck. Okay, Rhonda is live in the app tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is 4 p.m. Pacific, and she is going to be doing Mega Threads PCL PDO. Okay. Rhonda is an amazing live streamer in our app. We have the most incredible live streamers in our app. They've grown up with me. They've gotten better at live streaming. The more you live stream, the better you get at it. It's just a skill set. And they have just risen to the occasion. We love our live streamers inside the app. They always bring their A game. They bring so much knowledge, so much insight. And we're excited to watch Rhonda do her threads tonight. So if you've ever wanted to see threads done, or you've been interested in threads, or what are threads, Rhonda's going to do a great job explaining that tonight to you guys inside the app. So go download the Natural Chaos app, join us for Rhonda's live. You won't be disappointed. And then you'll see a million other lives like to consume, you guys, because our app has been up since 2020. So we're operating past 5 years now of weekly live streams on how to DIY professional skincare at home, from injectables, including toxins, fillers, mesotherapy, biostimulators, even CH fillers like Radius. There's, like I did the Korean Profilo a couple weeks ago, threads, deep chemical peels. It's all in there for you guys. Oh, and peptides, because we have a couple peptide vendors. So we have a big peptide group as well on where you can get semaglutide, tirzepatide, and the very popular and new retatrutide, because I know a lot of people are like, where do you get retatrutide from? So one of our vendors offers retatrutide. And anyways, okay, you guys, thank you, Daydreamer. You're so awesome. Good luck with the Cora Talks. Can't wait to see your results. You guys, have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I'll see you tomorrow on the YouTube premiere for the microneedling with Hyaluron. Bye, my friends.